What if I told you that your body has already revealed how long you're likely to live past 70? Hidden in your daily habits, subtle physical cues, and even the way you walk are clues backed by science that could predict your future lifespan. And this isn't just guesswork. These are data-driven, scientifically validated patterns that doctors and researchers are beginning to pay serious attention to. So if you're over 70, or someone you love is, then stay locked in, because these revelations could be the difference between just surviving and thriving in your golden years. And yes, we're diving deep into senior health tips that many wish they knew sooner. But here's the real shocker. These signs have almost nothing to do with your weight, your cholesterol, or even your medical history. That's right. What if I told you the most reliable predictors of how long you'll live aren't even being tested for in most annual checkups? We're breaking that silence today. In this video, we're going to reveal what research really says about your longevity after 70, and why some people defy the odds, dancing into their 90s and beyond, while others struggle with decline much earlier. The difference often comes down to small, almost invisible indicators that science is finally beginning to decode. And before we dive into these powerful findings, take 2 seconds right now to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell for notifications. If you're passionate about aging wisely, living longer, and enjoying every chapter of your life with clarity, movement, and joy, this is the place to be. Now, let's uncover what your body might already be telling you. Let's begin with what the researchers call functional longevity. This is not just about the number of years you live. This is about how well you live them. And it turns out that certain signs, as early as your 60s or 70s, can give clear insights into what your future might hold. One of the most powerful, yet overlooked predictors is something so simple. Most people never think twice about it. Your walking speed. That's right. A slow, shuffling pace could be more dangerous than high blood pressure when it comes to longevity. In fact, scientists have found that your gait, how fast and how smoothly you walk, is strongly linked to the likelihood of living well into your 80s and 90s. Walking requires coordination between your brain, heart, muscles, and nervous system. If any of those systems are struggling, your walking speed usually reflects it. What's even more mind-blowing is that researchers at the University of Pittsburgh tracked thousands of seniors and found a startling pattern. Each zero point 0.1 meter per second increase in walking speed was associated with a 12% lower risk of dying in the next 10 years. Think about that. A small increase in how briskly you walk could give you extra years on this earth. It's not just a mobility issue, it's a window into your body's total vitality. But walking isn't the only clue your body is giving you. Another massive predictor lies not in what you do, but in how you think. We're talking about optimism, mental clarity, and resilience. Studies have consistently shown that seniors with a positive outlook on aging tend to live significantly longer than those with a negative or fearful mindset. This isn't some feel-good philosophy, it's science. In a groundbreaking study from Yale, seniors who had a positive perception of aging lived an average of 7.5 years longer than those who didn't. Why? Because your brain is the control center for everything. It governs stress hormones, immune responses, sleep cycles, and even inflammation. When your mindset is rooted in fear or defeat, your body operates in survival mode. But when you embrace aging as a time of growth, purpose, and contribution, your body responds with energy and balance. And no, this doesn't mean you have to be relentlessly cheerful or fake. It means you learn to see aging as a gift, not a burden. That subtle mental shift, it can trigger a chain reaction throughout your entire system. Still with me? Good. Because the signs we're about to explore next are even more subtle and even more powerful. Let's talk about grip strength. Yes, that simple action, How tightly you can squeeze an object might be a better predictor of lifespan than blood pressure or even body mass index. It sounds bizarre, right? But researchers around the world are taking this metric seriously. In studies involving tens of thousands of seniors, grip strength has been linked to everything from heart health to cognitive decline to the risk of death. Why? Because your grip isn't just about your hands. It's a snapshot of your overall muscle function, nervous system integrity, and even your internal aging clock. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass. But when that loss accelerates, when sarcopenia sets in, it often shows up first in the hands. If you've noticed your handshake getting weaker, struggling to open jars, or having a hard time lifting grocery bags, don't ignore it. Your body is giving you a loud and clear message. The good news? You can strengthen it. Resistance training, even light exercises like squeezing a tennis ball daily, can help restore power, not just to your hands but to your whole system. Your muscles are more than just tissue. They're metabolic machines. And the stronger they are, the longer you tend to live. Now let's shift to something a little less physical, but equally critical, your social life. You might be thinking, what does friendship have to do with longevity? More than you could imagine. Loneliness has been shown to be as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let that sink in. It's not just emotional discomfort, it's a full-blown health hazard. Social isolation increases the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, depression, and even Alzheimer's. And sadly, it becomes more common with age. Friends pass away. Families move. Retirement can shrink your daily circle. But the human body is built for connection. When we feel seen, heard, and valued, our stress levels drop, our immune systems strengthen, and our bodies relax into healing. People who regularly engage with others, whether it's in person, by phone, or even through online communities, tend to live longer, healthier lives. In a Harvard study spanning 75 years, strong social ties were the #1 predictor of happiness and longevity, even more than genetics or wealth. So if you're over 70 and your days are spent in silence or isolation, it's time to reconnect. Join a club. Call a friend. Volunteer. These actions aren't just for the soul. They're for the body. And they might be the key to unlocking another decade of vibrant life. But let's bring it home now, because there's one final sign we need to discuss. One that's so subtle, so easy to overlook, yet one of the most powerful indicators of how long you'll live after 70. It's your sense of purpose. Sounds philosophical, right? But it's not. It's deeply biological. Researchers have found that older adults with a strong sense of purpose, whether it's caring for grandchildren, volunteering, mentoring, gardening, or even practicing faith, have significantly lower rates of stroke, heart disease, and dementia. They also have lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol, better sleep, and more robust immune function. Having a purpose keeps you mentally engaged. It gives you a reason to move, to think, to care. It creates structure. It fosters emotional resilience. It makes the tough days more bearable. And biologically, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting healing, rest, and balance. In Japan, where some of the longest-lived people reside, they call it ikigai, your reason for getting up in the morning. And when that's strong, your body follows suit. So ask yourself, what's pulling you forward right now? What are you excited about? What small thing could you do today that gives your life shape, meaning, or joy? Because purpose doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be real. These signs, walking speed, mental outlook, grip strength, social connection, and sense of purpose, aren't medical diagnoses. They're life indicators. And what they tell us is that longevity isn't random. It's built every day through choices, habits, and mindset. And it's never too late to shift the trajectory. By now, you've probably realized something important. The signs that predict how long you'll live after 70 aren't hidden in complex medical charts. They're right there in your everyday life. How fast you walk, how strong you grip, how often you laugh with a friend, and whether or not you wake up excited about the day ahead. And what that means is simple, but powerful. You are not a passive passenger in your aging journey. You are the driver. You don't need to fear your age. You need to understand it. Because when you do, you start making different choices. You begin to move with purpose. You prioritize connection. You rebuild strength. You shift your mindset. And in doing so, you give your body the one thing it needs more than anything else: permission to thrive. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're scientifically backed, research-supported indicators that longevity isn't about luck. It's about listening to your body, tuning into your patterns, and making daily decisions that align with vitality, not just survival. And look, this isn't about being perfect. This is about being aware. It's about catching the subtle messages your body is sending you. Feeling a little slower? Pay attention. Not sleeping as deeply. Explore why. Feeling isolated? Reach out. It doesn't mean you're failing. It means your body is inviting you to adjust, to evolve, to keep living fully. You're not too old to change. You're not too far gone to improve. In fact, the years after 70 can be some of the most rewarding, most vibrant, and most powerful chapters of your entire life, if you know what signs to watch for. Now, if this video gave you a fresh perspective, if it made you think, feel, or question what's possible, I want you to do something for me. Click that like button right now. It lets us know this message matters. Then, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Because we're not done. Not even close. We've got more real talk, more hidden science, and more senior health tips coming your way that could transform the way you age. Because aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can mean awakening, strengthening, becoming wiser, sharper, and more grounded than you've ever been. But only if you're paying attention to the signs. You've got this. Your story isn't over. It's just getting better. And we're here with you every step of the way. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and never stop listening to your body. It knows the way forward. So here we are, at the point where knowledge meets decision. You've just learned that the length and quality of your life after 70 might be shaped more by your mindset, your daily movements, and your relationships than by any diagnosis. You've seen how something as ordinary as how fast you walk or how strong your handshake feels can quietly whisper the story of your longevity. These aren't just observations, they're windows into your body's blueprint for aging. And now that you know these signs, the question becomes, what will you do with them? Will you take a little more time each day to move with intention? Will you reach out to someone you've lost touch with? Will you challenge your brain with new ideas, stay connected to your passions, and hold on to a purpose that pulls you forward? Because the truth is, aging doesn't just happen to us. In many ways, it happens through us. It happens through the choices we make, through the people we surround ourselves with, through the love we give, the strength we preserve, and the hope we hold on to, even when the years seem to race by. So if you're watching this and you're over 70 or you love someone who is, know this: the road ahead is still wide open, and the quality of the journey still lies in your hands. Thank you for watching. If this message spoke to you, if it stirred something inside, please click that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell so you never miss another dose of powerful, life-changing senior health tips. We're just getting started, and so are you. Stay vibrant, stay wise, And above all, stay alive. In every sense of the word,